USFCougars.com here with victorious University of Sioux Falls women's basketball coach Travis Traphagen, whose Cougar women's basketball team picked up a 58-49 win today in the NSIC Sanford Health Conference Tournament. Trap, you had a tough matchup coming in today, but one thing that's been indicative of your team all year long is the resilience and heart. Talk about what it took to win today.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we had to guard. We're not a great offensive team, sometimes. So we know it's got to be. I just can't believe how different we are this year versus last year. But I mean, we're just such a good team right now. And again, I just thought our kids in all three games that we've had in this tournament just had a ton of fights. We're giving up a lot of size on the 3 spot where they had Maggie Schulte, who's probably close to 6 foot, and then the Martinson kid, who's probably about 6 foot, 6'1". We're going 5'9", 5'8". So we knew that we had to be able to have a little bit more fight, and just so proud of the kids that, it's not always about in the women's game about how big you are. Sometimes you got to be able to say where's help coming from, and our kids for the most part did a really good job of following the game plan, and it was going to be completely different from the first half to the second half, because we were going to man the first half and we were going to zone the second half, just so they wouldn't run a ton of sets and try to run a lot of ISO stuff against us. So boy, what a fun game. Probably not the prettiest game in the world to watch, but if you enjoy two teams that are going to play really hard, that are going to try to rebound, that just going to do whatever it takes to win a game, again, I just can't say enough about our kids.
Wayne came into, when you went into the second half of play today, they were 22-1 on the season. They had beaten you twice, and yet your team, Maddie Robson, was probably a different player in the second half. When she finished with double digits, she had 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and then your then Sam Connect, as you said before, they really carried you. But one other person, Kaylee Hummel, really came through to you.
Yeah,
for you.
Kaylee, I was super proud of today. She's been struggling. We always say she's been on the struggle bus a little bit in terms of just getting the shots down, and it was just so much fun. That first three that she shot that went in, I just knew at times we don't need to hit 100 of them, because they were trying to stay at home a lot. Hence, when people watch the end of the game, we kept going inside, and they were staying locked up on our shooters. So give Sammy a lot of credit, one for scoring when she got one-on-one opportunities, and when we did get the ball moving and get some opportunities for 3-point shots, we made some of those today. And that's kind of been maybe our Achilles heel a little bit lately, is just not seeing the ball go in from the perimeter as much as we'd like.
Finally, you guys have won 7 in a row, and I know numbers don't mean anything to you, but now you get a chance to take this group of seniors, 3 that have meant a lot to the heart and soul of this program, to the NCAA with a win tomorrow night. What's it like being in the championship game?
Yeah, I didn't think anything could top last year. I mean, that was just probably, to play your rival with Augustana, under the crowd. But this is just completely different, a completely different feel than a year ago. And I'm not going to say one's better or worse. But again, there was just the expectation level of expecting to be there when you have a group of 5 seniors that we just knew. And here, my expectations coming into this tournament, I'm not going to lie to you, was also to win it. But if you want to say starting the year, if you were going to say our expectations were to be in the conference championship game, if I had to be truthful, I didn't know. I remember answering all the questions from the media, like, how do you replace Varsho? How do you replace Al? How do you replace, the list would go on. And I'm like, hey, we got very capable players on our team, but roles have to change. And until roles are accepted, you don't know. And it's maybe taken us a little while, but to sit there and say right now, to have 22 Division II wins, or 22 wins here in a Division II schedule, it's pretty special, because sometimes if you get to that 20 range, that's as a coach, that's always one thing you want to put on your resume. Hopefully it's not 20. And to be able to get to 22 and know that we maybe let a couple potentially slip away. But again, it's great that I think these last probably 3 games are probably 3 of our more complete games of the year, and I just hope that we have enough in us for one more.
Cougar fan.